Hello, Accelerated Math 6-7 students. We are looking at Module 3, Lesson 12, and when we look at that, we have problem solving on a coordinate plane, and we can find that on page 64. This lesson is the last lesson of this module, so we will be practicing this, and then we will be doing our review and taking our end of module assessment for this. So, the name of our lesson for today is Problem Solving on a Coordinate Plane. The goal for today is, today we will learn how to find distance using absolute value. The question that I want you to think about on this one is, why does using absolute value help to determine distance? And then we're going to try some. So it says, try this. Plot 2, 5, plot 2, -4. What is the absolute value from the x-axis? So I'm going to draw this on a piece of paper so that we can talk about it. So here's my coordinate plane. I'm supposed to plot 2, 5. So to the right, 2, and up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right, 2, up 5. There's one dot. So I'm going to put 2, 5. And the other one says that I'm supposed to do to the right, 2, down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go down 4. And this one is 2, -4. So what we're supposed to do, according to this, is what is the absolute value from the x-axis? So we have to remember that the horizontal line is always the x-axis. So what they're asking you is, if you were to go from here to here, what is the absolute value from the x-axis? So that's asking how many hops did you go from the x-axis up to here. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we went 5 spaces to go up to there. Now we need to go from the x-axis to this point. So now we're going to count them again, and we went 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces on here. So what we do when we're trying to find the distance from here to here is we put them together, because remember, distance is always positive. Always positive. So what is the distance from this point to this point? It is 9. Okay? So basically you're figuring out the distance from the x-axis is 4, the distance from the x-axis to here is 5, and then 4 and 5 make 9. Okay? So that's how you use it using the absolute value from x. Okay, now they want to have us plot -2, -4, and -2, 5. What is the absolute value from the x-axis? Okay, so now we're going to do it the other way. So -2, so we go to the left 2, and we go up 5. So that one's about right here. And we go to the left 2, and we go down 4. So that one's about here. And it says this time, what is the absolute value from the y-axis? So we're going from right here to here, and from right here to here. So count the spaces, 1, 2. So this one is 2, and this one is 2. But we don't add these, because if you look at it, we have -2, 5, and we have -2, -4, right? Yep. So then what you're supposed to do is figure out from the y-axis the distance, which is 4. From the y-axis, not 4, it's 2, excuse me. From the y-axis, it's 2, but we don't add them because this is not one line, okay? So we're just figuring out the distance. This distance, the fact that it's the same for both of us, proves that these coordinates are the same. Then it said from the x-axis. So let's go from the x-axis. So from here to here, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's 5. Count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's 4. So we now know that the distance, or the absolute value, is 9. Okay? So again, remember, absolute value is the distance from 0. And on a coordinate plane, 0 happens to be the x-axis or the y-axis when you're working on the coordinate plane. And then we also have to remember that distance is always positive, because you can't have negative distance. Always positive, okay? And that's the whole lesson. So basically, it's pretty simple. You're just taking your distances from the x-axis up to the point, the x-axis down to the point, and then figuring out what the total distance was. And we found that on both sides, 2 different points, the distance is still 9. Okay? So our goal for today we will learn how to find distance using absolute value, which is what we just did. Tell why using absolute value helps to determine the distance, because it tells us how much space it is from 0. Okay? And that's all I have for you today. All right, my darlings, I will see you tomorrow. Bye!